Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Callahan. Tonight on the Now, Bakersfield, a local man had all but given up on his life after learning one of his vital organs was failing. But thanks to a donation from an unlikely place, he's now been given a new outlook, and now he's using his second chance at life to spread a message about organ donation. And a new kitchen on wheels tonight, helping kids learn about healthy food here in Kern County. We'll take an inside look at this mobile program. That all ahead on the Now, Bakersfield. Chris?
Top in our lineup here on the Now, grocery stores are making changes in an effort to save you time and money, but we're going to take a look at whether that's really a reality. And high school students around the country competing in a design challenge with the focus of helping people with disabilities, how their work's already making a difference in the workplace. And we're running out of time to get the stories of World War II veterans told. We're going to show you how one author is doing that for a war hero who had kept his story mostly to himself until now.
Good evening. A local man had all but given up on life after learning one of his organs was failing, but after receiving a donation from an unlikely source, he's gotten an entirely new outlook and is spreading a message of hope and inspiration to others. The Now's Leah Pizzetti gives us an inside look at how becoming a donor can change not just your life, but countless others.
This is going to kill you, so you've got to deal with it, and you've got to grow up really fast.
At 17 years old, Jelani Polk had found his passion in sports and was looking at scholarships for college. Then, that came to a halt.
The pediatrician told me that, my kidneys were failing, and he was sorry that this was at the wrong time in my life.
Jelani gave up his scholarships, and through the next couple years, it got worse. At 22 years old, this news.
You've got to start dialysis, and you need a transplant. That's the only thing that's going to keep you alive.
For the next almost 6 years, Jelani spent multiple hours, 3 days a week, hooked up to a dialysis machine that kept him alive, stuck on a 10 to 12-year waiting list for a new kidney. Frustrated with the little life he was living, he chose to go to Las Vegas for his 28th birthday, stopping the dialysis that would ultimately end his life.
When you have all that promise taken away, and then you feel like you're confined to something that doesn't really look like a life, that's a really dark place. And so the choice I made was I was going to go to Vegas and have one last hurrah.
Then, 1 week before the trip, the phone rang.
They said, "You are the best possible match. Let's take you upstairs." When I woke up the next morning, I was heavily sedated, but no more dialysis.
He lived happily with his new kidney, falling in love with his now wife. They decided to adopt a child. Life was good, but yet again, 4 years later, his kidney failed. That's when his cousin Ronnie stepped in.
My first question was, what does he need? And from there, she was like, he needs a kidney.
There was a 97% chance Ronnie would not be a match, but Ronnie defied the odds, part of that 3%.
For him to take the initiative and just make up his mind that that's something that he wanted to do, you can't put into words that kind of sacrifice.
Now, Ronnie is down a kidney, but Jelani has been given another chance at life. He doesn't know how long this kidney will last, but he doesn't care.
10 years, 2 years, next week. I have too many things to do, so I can't look at, how much time. My job is to simply do as much as I can while I'm still here.
While the two usually only laugh together, thinking about their connection to each other brings out different emotions.
I would never imagine to be that special to somebody, and I think that's why I cry.
Tears of joy as he thinks about his family, his best friend, who now sits by his side because of his own sacrifice. For the Now, I'm Leah Pizzetti.
And as you drive around town this month, you may notice flags flying in front of local hospitals. They'll be flying high the entire month of April, honoring donors who have given life and those whose lives continue due to others. Adventist Health raised their flag at their Chester Avenue location this morning at their Donate Life ceremony this month. Well, what's the best way to teach kids about healthy eating habits? To show them, of course. Many schools, though, don't have a kitchen or access to fresh foods to cook with. But now, a problem, a thing of the past, thanks to a new kitchen on wheels. The Edible Schoolyard, Kern County, launching a new mobile classroom thanks to the Grimm Family Education Foundation. The organization partnering with Adventist Health, Kaiser, and Mercedes-Benz to launch this mobile kitchen. A cooking demonstration held today using the mobile kitchen at the Mercedes dealership in Southwest Bakersfield. Mayor Karen speaking at the unveiling along with several other community leaders, saying they're excited at the all hands-on possibilities this mobile kitchen can provide for local kids.
There are a lot of light bulb moments that happen in the Edible Schoolyard, and one of my favorite examples is in the kitchen, using a recipe. There's a lot of fractions and measurements, and students are practicing math and reading, and they just think that they're cooking.
The mobile kitchen will now be used for nutritional education throughout Kern County, allowing kids hands-on experiences with cooking and, of course, eating healthy foods. The kitchen will stop at schools, farmers markets, boys and girls clubs, and other community events. The city's animal control unit holding a clinic this weekend where you can not only get your pup the shots they need, they can also get microchipped for free and help them find their way home if they're lost. The clinic will be held Saturday, April 6th at Heritage Park on Mount Vernon Avenue in East Bakersfield. It'll be held from 9 a.m. till noon. There, you can get low-cost vaccines for illnesses like rabies and kennel cough. Microchips, which can help identify lost pets and reunite them with their owners, also being offered for free to dogs licensed in the city of Bakersfield. If you do not have them licensed, no problem. You can actually pick up that paperwork at the clinic. Everyone welcome to attend Saturday's free clinic. Chris?
We're looking at competing announcements in the battle to get more of your grocery budget. The Now's Andy Taylor's here with how they're supposed to save you time and money.
Chris, the way we shop for food is changing with technology. Now today, Walmart launched another online ordering tool.
Okay, Google, talk to Walmart. Add orange juice to my cart.
Hi, Lynn. I can get you Tropicana orange juice for $5.18.
You can tell Google to add groceries to your online Walmart shopping cart. It works on any device that has Google Assistant like Google Home Hub and both iPhones and Androids. Now, it's only available in areas with Walmarts that have store pickups and delivery, and it's likely going to take some time for the technology to learn which brands of foods you want. Meanwhile, Amazon is trying to stay competitive with its prices. Tomorrow, it says more than 500 different items at Whole Foods will be on average 20% cheaper. Most of it will be on produce that's in season, so there's a lot of it and it's easier to lower the price. And they'll also offer more deals for Prime members. Consumer experts say the cheaper produce is actually going to be a deal. But if you do all your grocery shopping at Whole Foods, you'll spend a lot more over time. Earlier this year, discounts on hundreds of Whole Foods items expired and prices went up on other foods and products to cover rising costs.
All right, Annie, thank you. And those prepaid debit cards that you can get at the store, well, now they have the same protections that regular cards do. Well, that means if you use a prepaid card, you're not going to be responsible for fraud. If your card's stolen, you do have the right to get that money back. These new protections also apply to Social Security cards and Venmo cards. All right, let's get back to our lineup, and we're running out of time to get the stories of our World War II veterans told. How one author is doing that for a war hero who had kept his story mostly to himself until now. That's coming up next. Let's start this now news feed with Bank of America pledging billions of dollars to help people buy homes. B of A says today that it'll give $5 billion to a program that helps people with low to moderate income, and that plan includes $10,000 to help with down payments. Well, more proof that brick and mortar stores are just having a tough time surviving. A new government report says online shopping has overtaken brick and mortar for the first time ever. Commerce Department says February saw the majority of sales done online. Well, Avengers Endgame, it is one of the most anticipated movies this year, and pre-sale tickets went up today, and so many people rushed online to get them. Multiple ticket sites crashed. AMC Theaters site and their app, that went down. Also, ticket site Fandango left some people with waits that were as long as an hour, according to USA Today. Well, a lot of times the best experiences that you have traveling come down to who you travel with, but we're not talking about the people you travel with. Talk about the airlines. TripAdvisor has this year's list of best airlines based on reviews and ratings. Southwest was not only the #1 U.S. carrier, but #6 in the world. They got high ratings for being low cost, on time, and for having free checked bags.